Let me share with you a story. When the Lord called me to ministry in 2002, I told God I'm not coming. And I told God, if you are man enough, drag me in. I tell you. And I continued my things. I was praying. I told God I can't go to ministry. I can't. I don't want to die poor. I don't want to be poor. Because by that time, a lot of ministers were really poor, very poor. Life was struggling with life. And I entered business and I was doing well in business. But by that end of the year, my business died mysteriously. And I knew God was behind it. So I looked for a job. I got employed at Cal Chemicals as a plant operator and mixing the concoctions to produce chloride. And one this fight for day, we are removing the chloride, and it has a strange way to dry. Is you can walk on top. It dries like porridge, but remains hot. It is 600 degrees Celsius hot. I walks on it, and it is terribly hot, and people think I'm burnt. And my supervisor comes and tells me, you need to go write a report before you go to be given medical attention. And I thought I'm good. Nothing's wrong with me. And he says, you can be okay. Okay. I thought I'm good, and I was. So later, that was the first thing. The second thing is that in the same company, we are disputing the chloride, and it passes through a trays, which are like tunnels. And I slips and I fall into that tunnel, and the chloride is just coming out like a porridge, corrosively hot. And thank God there was no supervisor, only my workmate. And I tells him I'm not burnt. And he tells him, the guy, the God you serve, keep on serving that God. So the last day, I was supposed to join Bible school like on Friday, like on Monday. And I said, I'm not going to Bible school. Reason because I need to look for money. And I never joined. But on Friday, while we were working on the company, something happened and I lost my teeth. Many of you know I used to not have one teeth. And that's the day I told God, okay, I surrender. Boss, I surrender. And then I went to ministry. Now, this was not over. After ministry, after Bible school, I was given to pastor a church in Muranga. And I tell you, man, hey, this church, uh, it was 5 kilometers from where I used to stay. And they used to give very small offering. I was not there for the offering because they couldn't raise even 200 per Sunday. They couldn't even raise my transport. And I used to fund the ministry, the money I was getting a salary, working at SCMI. And I could walk 5 kilometers to church. 5. And after preaching to like 4, 5, 7 people, going home is a miracle. And now leave the going home. Eating that day's supper is a miracle. But I want to thank God because He has been gracious. And I want to encourage somebody there. I've seen the story of this bishop. I want to say this to men of God. Please, do not allow your members to drag you to crazy things. Number 2, do not allow people to drag you to crazy things. Trust in God. If He called you, be with you. Do not expect anything from people. Do not expect church members to do shopping for you. Do not expect them to pay rent for you. Do not expect them to buy car for you. If they does that, God bless them. Happy you. But do not allow that. I thank God because here I am still in ministry 20 years later. And God has been faithful. God is faithful. God is not a man that would lie. I will not say it has been easy, but God has been my anchor. May the Lord show you mercy, men of God. May the Lord bless you. I don't know the condition, the situation you are right now, but I want to encourage you that God will come through for you. God will do something for you. God will fight for you. Do not look at these members you are preaching to. Please, I beg you, do not look at them. Do not have an expectation upon them. Look unto Christ. Do not expect them to pay for you anything. Do not expect them to do a surprise. If they does, the Lord bless them. And I encourage members, it is good most of time to encourage your pastor. I know most of us, we look like we have everything, which is true. But encourage us. Buy us some suit. Just bless your man of God with a suit. Just tell man of God, this 20,000, go buy a suit. This 10,000, go buy a shoe. Praise. And if you know his size, go get him a good shoe. Bring him. Give him as a gift and see what God. God bless you in Jesus' name.